Hey guys, it's Kim with WorkHardTravelWell.com, and I am coming to you today to discuss U.S. travel to Cuba. Um, this is a re-recording of the video that was supposed to air last night, but it was brought to my attention that there were technical difficulties and you guys weren't able to see it. So I apologize for the inconvenience, and I appreciate you tuning in. And to show my appreciation, I am going to be giving away a free consultation with me to discuss your Cuba trip. And that will be targeting for late January. So if you're on my email list, you will get more information about that. And if you know someone that could benefit, you can forward it to them. So, again, this is the Work Hard Travel Cuba series, and this is an extension from the website. I wanted to do something different, and instead of waiting till I come back from the trip and posting, hey, this is what you should do, I'm going to do that as well. But I wanted to give you a look into what goes into the planning for Cuba, as well as how to save money. So let's get right into it. So again, my name is Kim Hawk, and I am the creator of Work Hard Travel Well. And I created Work Hard Travel Well in 2014, and it was created because I was known for always finding the best deals, putting together trips, and maximizing my time off. Every vacation or personal day, I was headed somewhere and making sure I could save money as well, because I believe that just because you work hard, you do not need to break the bank or spend all of your money on travel. But I believe that travel is really the best self-care and escape that you could do while you're working hard to achieve your goals and be creative and things like that. So after this, the plan is to provide you guys with an itinerary when I get back from Cuba, free for download, as well as some of the things that I packed for Cuba, and what goes all into that. And since I created Work Hard Travel Well, it has grown into a robust site that includes travel tips, hacks, deals, and clothing for the ambitious traveler. These are just a few of the styles that are available in our store, and there are more. So definitely check it out and sign up so that you can receive information on the sales that I have. If you're already following me on social media, you'll see that as well. Also, I created the Work Hard Travel hashtag at the same time, and since then it has grown to over 21,000 content is being tagged with that on Instagram, some on Twitter and some on Facebook. So I feature travelers on the Instagram page that agree with that mantra and use it on their photos. And I am a marketing and content strategist. I help companies with marketing and social media, and in between I am traveling. So, question, true or false, is it legal to travel to Cuba for tourism only? If you answer true, you are wrong. Just because airlines are flying, more are flying direct to Havana, that does not mean that, you can just go there for tourism only. Your trip must still fall into 12 categories that you will be electing on your sheet when you go into customs. Those 12 categories are family travel, official government business, journalistic activity, professional research, educational activities, religious activities, public performances, support for the Cuban people, humanitarian projects, activities of private foundations, or research for educational institutes, exportation, and people to people. So I will have all these details on the website. I received a question from Dana that asked about how do you how do you prove that it's legal? How do you go as a blogger? I would not encourage, but basically I am going under the journalistic activities of a blogger. In addition to the blog, I actually do freelance articles for clients. So it falls under that. You're going to be providing information on your website afterwards that is proof. I'm not an expert, but I've heard that, once you go over there, you claim that and be able to back that up. And some of it's not necessarily proof that they're asking for, but it also, I've heard, depends on who you get when you go through customs. So I'm going under that bucket as a freelance journalist with experience. It's not like I just started my website, 5 days ago, and I'm going under there, So that's what I'll be doing, and it's important to note that just because you are a journalist under that journalistic activity, that does not mean the people that you are traveling with fall under that category. So I'll get into some of the fine print later. So some of the U.S. airlines that fly direct to Havana right now are American Airlines out of Miami, JetBlue out of JFK, Fort Lauderdale and Orlando, United out of Houston and New Jersey, Delta out of JFK, Atlanta and Miami, Spirit out of Fort Lauderdale, Frontier out of Miami. One-stop flights are from Denver and Las Vegas. Alaska out of LAX with one stop in Seattle. That's future plans of next year, January, I believe. Southwest flies out of Tampa and Fort Lauderdale, and they also fly direct to Madero. Best time to visit right now, basically. Temperatures are supposed to be in the high 80s. So it's November through February is the best time to visit. During our traditional summer, it's going to be hurricane season. And so here are some of the key events. Jazz Festival in December, Latin American Film in December, and Ballet Festival. So it all depends on when you want to travel and what makes sense for your budget. Fine print, you must have Cuban health insurance. It may be offered through your airline ticket, so check with that. I know Southwest offers, they partner with a local health insurance provider, and an airline ticket is supposed to serve as the proof of, should you need to use it. Praying that we don't need to use it. But so it's important, at least with Southwest, not to lose your boarding ticket because that's going to count. The visa cost is an additional cost. Expect to pay around $50. Definitely check with your airline. I know Southwest has worked it out so that we partner, we can buy our tickets, we can buy our visa through their partnership. And Shanta, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, asked, how do you obtain a visa? Is there a company that I recommend? And the company that at least we were referred to is the Cuba Travel Services. And I'll have a link in the informational section of this video. And they have worked it out so that Southwest Airlines passengers only pay $50. I believe if you go direct through them, it might be a processing fee. So shoot me a message with if you know which airline you are, definitely check to see if they offer that. And, if you need any additional help, just reach out. Another thing is that the U.S. Department of Office of Foreign Assets Control can audit your trip up to 5 years. So it's important that you're checking out that bucket, but you're actually following through with it. You're not just, hey, I'm a journalist. I posted a few Snap stories, and that's my activity. It's important that you do that. And the itinerary too, I need to mention, they word it so that you can't just be there, hey, I'm gonna do journalism one day. Like, you can't have a lot of free time basically on your itinerary. So just read between the lines and you just make sure everything kind of matches up to what you say you are, because the next president or whatever, Trump, basically he does not agree with us even opening the doors to that relationship with Cuba in the first place. So I'm just covering all of my bases and making sure I have everything saved on the Google Drive and my itinerary put together. Debit cards and credit cards will not work. There's a lot of misconception. There's a lot of, hey, it will, hey, it won't. But I'm just going down there under the assumption that it won't. I'm not taking any chances. But I'm also going to make sure I have enough money to cover me throughout the whole time, so I don't have to be in a jam. There's no cell phone roaming available, so you will have to try to work out like a calling card or maybe some type of phone device, a Cuban device while you're down there. And then internet service is either scarce or you have to pay for it. So don't expect to like Skype and do things like that. Just kind of be under that, hey, I'm going to be unplugged for a while. And that's okay. It's always good to relax. But as a blogger, I want to make sure that I'm like sharing everything with social media, because we know, you go dark on social media. It's like, hey, we forgot about you. You're done. So this is going to be interesting. I'll let you know exactly what I experience when I get back. So ways to save money on U.S. travel to Cuba. I know when I saw the hotel prices, I was able to get the flight down, but I was like, whew, when I saw those hotel prices. And that's why I put that Sheree from Real Housewives of Atlanta singing that song that everybody knows about, Hell to No, No, No. And I'm not going to sing it, but yeah, that's a way to save is to connect through basically a Florida airport that flies there, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and Tampa. Compare with flying direct from your airport and see. Another way is to save money is to see if your airline offers health insurance and the ticket costs. That wasn't additional. So, see if that is offered so that you're not trying to work with the company to purchase Cuban health insurance. Or, you get down there and somebody's trying to sell it to you. You just want to make sure. If you're feeling of interest, you can try Airbnb. They are there. They started there in 2015, our homestay. I will put the link to my Airbnb referral. You receive $35 off of $75 or more booking. Let me take something. But yeah, you receive $35 off of that. So it's for new users only. If you're not new, if you're traveling with someone, refer them so that they can use the $35 off. I know there's been a lot of kind of mixed reviews on Airbnb. I know in Atlanta I haven't experienced a great reception. Like, hey, they were saying I was too new, which I think was probably some type of more, to that. And you probably know what I'm getting at. But I haven't experienced great in Atlanta. But my first Airbnb experience was in Rome, and I had a good experience. So you want to be paying attention to things. Just don't book, the first instant booking that you see. You want to look at the reviews. There might not be as many because it's fairly new in Cuba. You want to look at the response rate. That's very a good thing. And you also want to look at, in addition to the reviews, they have hey, they fluent in English, whatever's going to be helpful for you. You want to kind of research that before you book. And you can even test the waters by reaching out to them to see how they respond. Get all your questions answered about fees. Making sure that you select the right amount of people on that booking. I know I go in there and just kind of check the prices really quick, and I don't select how many people are going to be with me, but there are extra fees for, extra people, an allowance to that, if it's more than one, sometimes they charge you an extra fee. And then also check it, any additional fees for, certain check-in times. So you just want to be mindful of that. You can also search via calendar on airlines to see when there's the cheapest time to go. A lot of airlines, since they're just starting these routes, are offering cheap flights because it's a new route. You always want to check. New routes have the best deals. So you can search via calendar to see when the cheapest times to go. With Delta, you put your dates are flexible and search by calendar. With Southwest, you scroll down under the flight section for the low fare calendar, and that's how you can tell when the cheapest times are to fly. and dictate, when you're going to go. So right now, it's about $150 from Fort Lauderdale to Havana on Southwest. I think JetBlue has some great deals as well out of Florida. So definitely check those out. You want to book your tours and travel far in advance because there's such a high demand because, Cuba is a hot button right now, hot topic. So book it in advance. I know I reached out to a company recently and they told me that they have a backlog and they'll get to me when they can. So I don't expect them to respond back before I go. And another way to save money is use points. You can do a combination of, hey, I'm going to pay for cash on this part of the trip, and then I'm going to redeem my points on the second leg. So you could book a couple of one ways as opposed to a round trip. One way has the cash that you're paying, the other way is redeemable points. So definitely compare all those options, but these are just a few ways to save money on U.S. travel to Cuba. I did a combination of points and cash and a lot of things, a lot of discount codes. So I have, about this time last year, I signed up for the Southwest Chase card, and it afforded me the ability to, after I spent a certain amount of money, I was able to get over 110,000 points. And to get to Havana from Fort Lauderdale, it is, a little under 4,500 points round trip. So I just told you that Southwest gave me 110,000 points. So right now I'm Team Southwest. I'm able to, that's why I go in there and look at those calendars and see when is the best time to fly so that I can maximize my trips. I was able, I think this is about the 18th trip that I booked, round trip tickets that I booked under that, and I still have a lot of points to go. And another benefit of getting that 110,000 points is you get the companion pass. And the companion pass is not just a one trip. The companion can fly with you anytime you fly from the time you meet that status into the following calendar year. So I met the status in August of this year. It would be advantageous for you to meet it at the beginning of the year, and then you get the status for the remainder of the year. So I started in August. I got a companion pass. Companion can fly with me anytime from now into December, and then the December 31st of 2017. So you can change the companion, up to 3 times a year. You just be strategic about it. So with that companion pass, I book the main ticket, which is me, and I book the companion for a fee. Domestically, it's $11.20. Internationally, it is depends, but to Havana, it was $47.46. So book that main ticket, and since I'm giving this, companion pass, we're going to split that cost of the main ticket. So the main ticket, splitting that, was about $145 from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale, and then from Fort Lauderdale to Havana, just paid the fees because I redeemed 4,000 points, under 4,500 points to pay for both of myself and the companion's ticket. So that's how I was able to get the flight cost down. I did compare, that Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale kind of killed me. It continues to go up. I did compare it with Spirit, which was, I really don't want to fly them. So, but they were cheap, but then you started adding on the baggage fees, and it just knocked them out. And so once I realized I could just split the cost during the companion pass, I went with Southwest. So like I said earlier, Southwest and JetBlue are pretty cheap right now. Delta, I don't know, they're still just not in the game. Delta is about maybe $300 and something, from Atlanta. And then I talked about the $35 off for Airbnb. We are using that for 4 nights, and this is based on 2 people, and it comes out to $39 for that time. And the target to get to that price was about $25 per night to stay in that. So, I mean, you could really, in the rooms, the place doesn't look that bad. So I'll have more on that. But you can really really save by using a rental there as opposed to a hotel. And you have to include that additional $50 for the visa, and then the bags were free. So that is, comes to about $281 per person for 4 nights, flying out of Atlanta, connecting in Fort Lauderdale, and yeah. So that is how I got to that. If you're doing some of the other options, you can fly down there and then schedule, people and different things like that. So it all depends on your trip classification and, the time that you're going and a lot of things. So hopefully this has been helpful for when, so a few tips that you can do to help save money. Definitely reach out to me on social media and also contact me on the website. I'll have all the links in the informational section. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I have a lot of great content coming in 2017, and definitely share this video. Again, I will be providing to the email list a way where you can win. A person can win some time to consult with me for Cuba in late January 2017. And I appreciate you tuning in, and until next time, have a great day.